What is going on, Division Agents? It is Leon Rage here, and we're back at it again on Tom Clancy's The Division. And just like before, we're going to be talking about gun talents and what builds should be complementing them. So for this video, I'm going to be talking about the Defensive Tactician build, or in other words, the tank. So as you can see, I'm running my Defense Tactician, 3-piece Tactician, or 3-piece Defensive, 2-piece Tactician. I am stumbling on my words today, just like in the previous video. Okay, for the talents in this, once again, are always, in my opinion, that complements the build and my playstyle. So, getting into it, the first thing you're going to want to know is that when having 4 pieces of defense gear, it allows you to pull out your shield and have an SMG rather than using the sidearm. So, that's what we're talking about right now. We're going to be talking about the talents that I have on this vector. And yes, I know it's a vector. Not many people prefer the vector. I don't prefer the vector. I wish I would have the good talents on the house, maybe on the Navy MP5, what is it, the MP7, or hell, even the AUG. Like, I would definitely take talents on either of those guns, but this vector was the one that has the talents that complemented the build better, and I do have other talents in mind that can go good with this build. So going into it, we're going to have destructive. Armor destruction value is increased by 15% when using this weapon. That's always good to have. Enemies always have armor, so it's always good to get rid of that whenever you're trying to be in a pinch, or maybe you're just trying to get through the mission as quickly as possible. And once again, we have ferocious. I have ferocious on a lot of my guns, I understand that, but mainly because damage to elite and named enemies is increased by 10%. That is good, especially if you have a low firearms build and you're more focused on stamina and electronics, if you're more used to using abilities because you're playing support, or maybe you just like using abilities rather than firearms. So having ferocious is always good to have, just to give you that extra little oomph in kicking butt on elite and named enemies. And then of course we have responsive. Hey, Silver's online, what's up? Damage is increased by 10% when closer than 10 meters to the target, so this is going to be probably one of the best talents to have when you're playing as a tank. So you always want to have responsive, because you're always going to be kind of moving up close. And in case your shield does take too much damage, just find cover nearby and just, you know, keep popping off your rounds that way. So going out to the secondary. Oh, what happened? Okay. I accidentally changed the way how my guns were set up. Alright, we're going back to my ACR, which has adept. Using the skill increases your critical hit chance by 7.5% for 15 seconds. On this build, I also do have a sticky bomb, and sometimes I switch that off with the first aid, just to heal myself in case I do get flanked from behind if there's enemies that run around me. So having adept is always good to have in case my shield breaks and I need a gun that can hit harder. This is the one that I usually go on because of this ability. So once I pop off maybe my first aid or a sticky bomb, this talent comes into play, and now my critical hit chance is increased, giving me a much better chance to down enemies. What is wrong with Silver? He's coming in and out. Then of course, again, ferocious. Damage to elite and named targets is increased by 10%, which is always good, in my opinion. And then fierce, critical hit chance is increased by 5% when using this weapon. So this automatically has an increased 5% for critical hit chance. And increase that with a 7.5 every time I use an ability. It's going to be pretty good. I understand normally when you have your shield out, this is just going to be your primary weapon. You cannot switch out of it unless you take cover. So when you take cover, you can just pop this on, pop on your secondary, whatever it may be, blow out a few rounds, get on the move again, and it's going to switch you back to your SMG really quick. So for this build, I will also leave the link for it in the description box down below, in case you want to check that out, see how it's done, see what kind of mods I put on there and all that. And without further ado, let's go find some more random people to play with. Yay. Sucks. Okay, so it looks like we're going to be doing the Lexington Event Center on hard. We're going to be going to matchmaking. We're going to be playing with some randoms. So let's see how this goes. Wow, that was pretty quick. I already did the challenging for the day. FFC Gaming, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. It's just I needed to make videos and I couldn't do another mission that was on normal because it would not serve any purpose. Also, if you hear a lot of humming in the background, that is my heater. It is pretty chilly where I'm at. Plus, I don't like wearing sweats, and like, yeah. So I don't have my house slippers because they are being washed and they're hang drying right now. So
incoming hostiles detected.
Oh, okay. We were already started. So this is gonna be a shorter video. So we're gonna pop off the shield. The SMG is gonna come out real quick. So the SMG is already going to be prompt out.
Additional hostiles inbound.
Let's see, what are we working with? We're working with a Seeker Mind, flame turrets, oh, okay, God, Jesus, pushing me all over the place. Scan, 2 scans, which is always good to have for that critical hit chance and critical hit damage increase. Those are always good to have on the supportive role, because hey, anything happens. And a station. Nice. Alright, so not bad of a team that, you know, I don't know if they know each other, if they're playing, or if they're friends and all that shit. Get rid of that shield. It kind of, I want to say that they do, but at the same time I just think it's just all random teams. But from what I see on their abilities, it doesn't look like they're too bad. It's just, wow, that dude has a really long cooldown, I want to say, and he's used his revival link. Jeez. Okay, so no head already needed his, or she needed the revival link, which I kind of want to say it's a bad thing. Maybe not. Maybe it was just for some other thing. Maybe they were really in danger. But this is on hard. It's not on challenging, so I don't see no really use for it. Alright. So as I said, we have that one gun talent. I think it's called responsive. There's a picture of a shark on there. So when you're 10 meters or closer, your gun is going to increase on damage. So having the shield is always going to be perfect for that. And yeah. Now what I said before about maybe if you're taking so much damage, your shield's about to lose health, all you have to do is take cover. Then you're able to switch off to your secondary. Then when you get out of cover, it's going to pop you back up to your SMG. For those who don't know. There's a lot of people that do know already, and they're probably just like, oh, way to state the obvious, Leon. I'm like, well, I mean, yeah, maybe there's some people out there that don't know. You don't know. You don't know that they don't know. That's how I know to say that or not.
Negative, Ramos. We've got this. Find a secure position and hunker down. And that's an order, Sergeant.
And they put that in the station, which is good. That goes off. And you just walk up, get closer to him. Oh, he doesn't stagger. That's not fair. Okay. So he has a set to where they blind on the Seeker Mines? That's not too bad.
Thanks for that. My people are getting into position to breach the hole. Agent,
Though the sticky bomb can do it. I believe it can do it better.
Control room down in the basement.
But as far as I know, maybe the Seeker Mines do it the best. I'm not sure. I never really got into the Seeker Mines until I think it was before the 1.8 patch came in.
You are now
That's when I
in a
started
safe
getting into
area.
the secret mines because of the electronics builds that I was making a lot with the Fire Tactician.
Warning.
Let's get some
Now
of
exiting the
these.
safe area.
Pop the shield up again. Let. See, it doesn't matter if they come to me or if I go to them, as long as it's 10 meters or closer, I get the critical hit chance. Or, I think it's damage. Yeah, it might be damage. I really never remember the
Warning.
talents,
Hostiles inbound.
like what their perks do. All I know is that if I have it, I know what build I'm on, I know what I'm using. And I know how to activate them a little bit better than I would not knowing.
Warning. Incoming hostiles detected.
There it goes there. Oh, my shield broke. Oh, I probably broke my own shield. Well, that would have been a good time to switch weapons if I would have realized that. Okay, note to self: don't ever break your own shield if you're using the sticky bomb. You'll just, you know, you're just asking for it if you do that.
So far, so good.
Well,
My strike
kind of wish I would have
squad's
known.
moving in. They'll breach the main hall on your signal.
Run! Alright, let's get this mission over with. Well, ain't this something? Get out of here. I didn't want to get too close because these gunners, they will melt your shield down pretty quickly if there's two of them. So that one's gone. China, jump down. Thank you. For beginner players, I also think that making a tank, you know, once you reach level 30 and all that, I do believe making a tank is probably the better way to go. Just for new players who aren't really so used to the game as of yet. I honestly think making a tank would be better. Just until you get a good grip on what's going on.
Hostiles detected.
Yeah, now she's gone. I'll just pick up all the little butterflies. Would you stop pushing me around, Jesus? Stop it. But this, people look like they knew what they were doing, which is also good, which is why this felt like it went by a lot more smoother, but then
I'm impressed, Agent.
then again, it is on hard, so it's not on challenging, so
You broke their spine,
yeah,
kid.
that also plays a
Deleted
big part
day.
in how
The rest
difficult
are
the
gonna
game is
scatter.
going to be.
I don't think we're quite done with them yet, but at least now we can get these JTF folks
Get rid
back
of the
on
shields.
Oh yeah. I need my people
And
alive and out
there it
fighting the
is,
good fight.
some talents that
God
I
knows
think
we
that are
can't
good
afford
for
to lose
a
any
tank
more
build.
personnel. I
Hope you
owe
guys enjoyed the
Agent.
video.
Hell of a job.
Don't forget to leave a like, dislike, comment, and or subscribe if you wish. And stay tuned for other videos that I post out, whether it's on Division or any other games I might get in the near future. Because, you know, people like playing games, like me. So, we'll go ahead and see y'all later.